How's it going, YouTube? This is Michael from MSComputerVlogs here with my full review of Apple's Magic Mouse. Had this thing for about a week now, and I think I'm ready to tell you my impressions of it, as well as telling you if it's a worthy upgrade from the Mighty Mouse, which this is what replaced it. So first we're going to talk about the design. It's a fairly light mouse with batteries in it. It's a little bit heavier, but it's pretty low profile, and that was one thing I was concerned about at first. You can see it's very low compared to many other mice, so I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but after a day even, I noticed that it is fairly comfortable just to put in your hand like this and work. So it's not as bad as I thought it would be in that aspect. Most of the thing is made of aluminum, the bottom is, as well as the sides. At the top is a white plastic. It's kind of transparent actually. If you can get the right light on it, you can kind of see through it. Probably won't be able to hear. So on the bottom you have two of these plastic black bars for tracking, and then you have the little latch here for the battery door, as well as the laser right in there, the power indicator light up there, and the power on and off switch here. So when you flip the switch, it's green underneath and then the light will go on. So that works like that. And then once you take off the battery door, it's very light aluminum actually. Yeah, it's really light. And underneath it comes with two Energizer AA batteries. And I was really impressed by the quality of this mouse. Even in the battery compartment it looks cool, with that plastic finish you can see there. And instead of those little cheap springs that you normally find, it's got these nice solid metal tabs in there. So I thought that was actually a pretty cool that even the internals are high quality. I wasn't really expecting that, and it definitely wasn't like that on the old Mighty Mouse. So the cover pops on fairly easily. The sides are blank. You can kind of see the edge of that plastic line on there, not too much. And then the top is just one big multi-touch shell, and with an Apple logo towards the bottom. The multi-touch region actually ends at the stem of the Apple logo. So from here up is all a touch surface. So that's the basic design of it. It looks extremely well. Wow, that didn't come out right. It looks extremely nice, and certainly way better than the Mighty Mouse. How does it feel as well as far as ergonomics? It's not too bad. Once again, it is kind of low profile. I'm used to a mouse being more like right here, so having it down here was a little bit of a change to get used to. But I did get used to it pretty fast, and it's actually fairly comfortable now. The Mighty Mouse actually feels a big bulky now when I use it, so that's kind of interesting. It does lose some features that the Mighty Mouse had. The Mighty Mouse did have a scroll ball right here, which scrolled 360 and then also double as a button if you pressed it. And it also had two little kind of tab things on the side here that you could squeeze to perform a operation. Yeah, operation we'll call it. So this one doesn't have the squeezing thing or the third button here. Scrolling is extremely fluid, and I'll show you that in a couple minutes. It has inertial scrolling, so when you flick, it kind of does that thing on the iPhone and iPad, where you flick and it just kind of keeps rolling for a little bit. It looks pretty cool compared to the normal thing. So you can scroll starting from here all the way down and scroll all the way to here. So you can really get some serious scrolling. And if you flick like that, you'll be able to scroll a lot more than you would normally think. You can also scroll this way and scroll diagonally as well. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, you have the option of right click. You don't just have left click, you can also do right click. And it does support up to 5 simultaneous points on the mouse. You can put all 5 of your fingers on here and it'll detect all of them as separate points. The system preferences panel for the Magic Mouse is pretty limited. All you can do is inertial scrolling, and also when you're in Safari, if you take 2 of your fingers, you can swipe back and forth to go to the previous page and then the next page. I found that extremely useful, rather than having to go up and navigate to the back button and then click it. Oh, and as far as clicking goes, it does have a really nice clicking feeling. You can kind of see the whole mouse moves down slightly there when you click on it. So the whole thing does move, and you can actually click all the way down to about right here. This is about right where it clicks. You can still click there. It clicks harder right there, of course, but So, but when you put your hand on it, you're not going to accidentally press down unless you have like a 10-pound hand and you set it on there and it just goes boom. So you don't have to worry about that. And I thought I would accidentally scroll when my hand's on it, but it actually does pretty well. It knows when your hand is resting on it, when it's not, and when you're trying to scroll. You can scroll with 2 fingers if you don't like scrolling with 1. So that's nice as well. Like I was saying before, the system preferences app for it is pretty limited. All you have is the options for right click, inertial scrolling, and swiping back and forth in Safari. So what I did is I installed an application called Magic Prefs. It's free, makes another system preferences panel. Lets you do just about anything you want to with your Magic Mouse as far as gestures. Except you can't do like the pinch to zoom in like you can on the trackpads, because I don't think that would work too well. I've actually tried to do it like just because it feels like a trackpad almost. It obviously doesn't work. Also, Magic Prefs lets you do tap to click since it's a touchscreen surface, but that doesn't work too well because of the fact that when you rest your hand on it, you could accidentally click. So as far as wear and tear, right off the bat, I did notice that if you don't use a mouse pad with it, or if you have like a wood desk, you're going to start to see a little bit of wear on these black bars here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in here. It's not too bad after a week, but just like the very edges of them started to wear down a little bit. And I assume over time they'll wear down quite a bit, but my Mighty Mouse was worse. It completely, it lowered like 1/8 of an inch. The whole thing did, because I used it so much. Anyways, that's probably just because I use the computer too much. I should probably get a life, but that's not the point of this. So I also noticed that right in here, like underneath this little crevice right here, and then right in here, it does collect a little bit of dirt and stuff, I guess, from your mouse pad, kind of rubbing up against it, but it's minor. It's not a big thing you have to worry about. Just kind of, I guess you could take a toothpick and just run across there to get rid of any dirt. It doesn't track on glass, which I guess that's minor too. It would have been nice, like if you have a glass desk, but it doesn't track on glass. Some cons about it, there really are not a lot. I guess it could be a little more comfortable. It's not really bad. Actually, I really love this mouse. I don't know if it's just because I really didn't like the Mighty Mouse anymore or what, but honestly, I'm having problems coming up with cons for it. Well, I guess one could be that it doesn't, with the Mighty Mouse, you have the option of using it with 1 battery, but if you take 1 battery out of here and try to turn it on, it's not going to turn on. So I guess that's one thing that I do kind of miss from it. And also, let's see, I think that's about the only con. So to close out this review, I just kind of wanted to show you how some of the features work here. So I've got my mouse here, and I'm on youtube.com/MSComputerVideos. You should really check it out. It's a great site. That was probably the lamest joke I've ever tried to accomplish here. So I'm just going to scroll, and I'll try to get the mouse in here where you can see it. But I can just scroll like this, and you can see how when you scroll, you can see a little inertia thing where it kind of keeps going. Normally, if you can scroll like this too, and not lift your finger. That's how it normally would be. But if you lift your finger, it's going to kind of scroll with inertia. So that's a pretty cool feature. And of course, you can scroll really quick, and then with 2 fingers as well. So that's kind of neat. And now I'm on this page. Now let's say I want to go back. Instead of going and clicking that back button there, I can just swipe with 2 fingers, and it's going to go back a page. Now, of course, my internet's going to be really slow in the basement here, so it's on this video page here. So I can go back another time, then back another time, and back, So you can kind of scroll around like that. So it's pretty cool how that works. And you just flick back this way and back this way to make that work. So it's pretty cool. But now I'm over here at my Twitter feed, and you can scroll a lot faster when you're on a big long list like this. So I'm scrolling here, I'll show you. I'm scrolling normally like this, and you can see how fast I can scroll if I want to. I can scroll a little bit. Wow, I'm not even in the frame there. And you can kind of see how that works. So, it scrolls slowly, but then if you want to really scroll, I can take this thing, I can flick it like that, and you can't really realize how far I'm going down here, but I'm scrolling through a lot of tweets here at an amount of time. And then once you're in a picture, you can also scroll around 360 degrees, so I'll show you that now too. So here I am on a picture and in preview, and I'll just zoom in so it's really far in, and I'll be able to scroll around a lot. Now with my mouse here, I can scroll this way. Oh, if my mouse is on the picture actually, wow. So I can scroll this way, and once again with inertia. And I can also scroll up and down like that, and then I can also scroll on an angle. So if you could see those scroll bars, you could see, well, you might be able to. You can see that I am scrolling down as well as up. If this was a better, more detailed picture, you could see that. Let's zoom out a little bit here. So I can scroll, you know, while I'm scrolling. Okay, wow, I can't talk today. I can scroll pretty much in any direction just by using the mouse like that. So that's how that works. So anyways, make sure you go and check out my giveaway video. I am giving away a 25-inch, wow, a 25-inch, what am I talking about? A $25 iTunes gift card. And I think there's about 11 entries. So all you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment, and there's a really good chance that you'll win. And then I'm going to be making a vlog channel called MSComputerVlogs, or something along those lines. And by the time this video is up, it might be actually live. And I'm going to be doing some, maybe daily, maybe not daily vlogs on there. I don't feel that vlogging is really appropriate for this channel, just because this is more supposed to be reviews, and I don't think people are like when I do vlog type videos on here. So I'm going to doing some. It's going to be all iPod vlogs on there. I'm going to direct upload from there. So that expect to see that in the future, and just make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And that's about all for this video. What would I recommend for this? I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 stars if I had to rate it. And I would say it's definitely a good upgrade for $70 from the Mighty Mouse. It has a lot of features. Only problems are the wear on this bottom, maybe a little scratching on here, low profile. So that's about all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. If I move over here to my Twitter feed and don't bother with, or don't try not to notice that light right there. I'll get in a little bit closer. Wow.